We are one step closer to finding out if Dwayne The Rock Johnson is going to appear on the Netflix premiere. 6th of January. Welcome back to Fog Wrestling. Netflix themselves uploaded a big teaser trailer. Live drama, live heroes, live action. We're going to dive into it, and then we're going to hear what Dave Meltzer, that great guy, what he had to say about it. Now, WWE Raw will be live on Netflix in the US starting in January 2025. This is a 30-second clip here that Netflix has uploaded. It's quite similar to the one we've already talked about and broke down from the UK and Ireland Netflix, but this one includes The Rock. Now, obviously, that was a few weeks ago, the UK and Ireland one, and Europe, whatever. Does that tell us that something's been agreed with Dwayne? We'll have to wait and see. But in terms of this promo, a lot of people are like, oh, finally, WWE have dropped the rock music. They've dropped the rock music, right? Rock music in wrestling was great once upon a time. I don't know how a guy like Triple H, who loved Motorhead, he loved Lemmy, man, and what's happened? What has absolutely happened since those days? Triple H has just sold out every fibre of his being to get over with the marks, the Dave Meltzers of this world. It's honestly quite incredible, but regardless, I accept it's 2024, this will be 2025. Some music just ain't in fashion like it used to be, right? But the main problem for me is what we're seeing on the television screen. It's not, I mean, that's not in fashion, it's not good enough, right? Honestly, I could accept, Nicki Minaj and Cardi B and degenerates like that having their songs in WWE if the product was actually good. But the fact of the matter is this: it's not good, and the music should the fact the music's bad just compounds the rest of the show. But anyway, as you can see in this trailer, it's included quite a few streamers. We've got this guy, I do not know his name, but he's a nerd. Anybody that in 2025/4 is reacting like this to wrestling and you're a grown man, I think you need your hard drive checked, to be brutally honest. Whoa! Look at the guy in the left's face, man. Look at him. Look at the state of that. Over. I mean, what was that? That was probably Dragon Lee doing a Hurricane Rana to one of the Creed brothers on Raw. Look at it! Look at this state of man on the left and this guy on the right marking. I don't even know. It doesn't even show what they're marking it over, but like I said, it could be Dragon Lee. You can't fake this. You can't fake this, apart from the fact that most of the time it all looks fake. Got her crashing off the ladder through tables. They've got Roman Reigns. We've got Cody Rhodes. We've got Charlotte Flair, Liv Morgan. We have got Jade Cargill. We have got this guy who looks like to be, what's his name? His name is just absolutely loaded at me. I'm Trick Williams. Rhea Ripley. You've got Seth Rollins. You've got boom, that clothesline there. Drew McIntyre. Netflix gets, there's The Rock. Finally. So that is what we're all here for. That is the purpose of said video. Yeah, they're including The Rock and Cena at the end there. And I mean, there's Adam Pacitti. I tell you what, see, like 9, 10 years ago, when Walt Culture Wrestling were like one of the biggest things on YouTube. And see the boom period that they had, like YouTube wrestling had. Like, I say boom period. I mean, in terms of like YouTube wrestling and the YouTube wrestling scene, wrestling itself 10 years ago was, well, I mean, much higher ratings than now, to be fair. But Walt Culture, look at the fame they got. They basically, out of wrestling, they managed to create like entertainment and loads of other channels, and also, they created their own wrestling company. You had the likes of Cody Rhodes, Kurt Angle, wrestling in their main event. That seems unthinkable, but here, if Adam Pacitti wants to mark it over John Cena, I'll give him a pass, because it used to be entertaining, but that's included The Rock. Now, Dave Meltzer, like I said, we're going to get into his comments right now. He was speaking on his F4W Online, and I quote, "We've heard nothing confirming Johnson on the show, but those in the company we've talked with figure it just makes sense, just like we do. Whether he's committed to wrestling at WrestleMania or not, it's going to be the biggest TV show of the year, except possibly the Raw after Mania. But one would think that the Netflix first show with all the pub, it will be the biggest, and he's the biggest audience difference maker for WWE and Netflix under any circumstances. It would also be clear at that show, as if he's doing Mania, he and Cody Rhodes and perhaps Roman should go hard with the angle on that show, since it'll be the biggest audience of the year." End of quote. Well, you know what? Meltzer's right. If he is appearing at Mania, if he is working Mania, they should go hard because realistically, this should be the highest feud Raw of the year. We've no idea really how the Netflix viewership is going to be portrayed or how it's going to be like revealed or whatever. But the amount of hype that's went into this Netflix edition, there's going to be so many new eyes on the product, and the best way of doing that is to knock the ball at the park. And I mean, it makes it. I mean, obviously, if The Rock hasn't confirmed by January 6th that he's going to be working Mania, I'm not suggesting by January 20th or the 27th you can't put Dwayne in. Of course, Dwayne makes his own rules, folks. All right, but I agree with Meltzer. For once, I kind of agree with the guy. If Dave Meltzer if Dwayne The Rock Johnson is going to be doing Mania, then I advise you get him in as quickly as possible. Anyway, guys, that's where we're going to leave it. The Rock, one step closer to a Netflix appearance on WWE Raw on the 6th of January. Things are going well for Dwayne. Both his movies that came out in November are 1 and 2 in the box office. It's a good month. If you're The Rock,